Hey, so if you don't mind, we'd love to ask you a couple of questions. We're kind of trying to learn about what role food plays in the life of people. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, do you like food?
I do like food.
Yeah.
I like to cook.
What are your favorite foods?
I like avocados. It probably tops my list.
I think avocados are maybe one of the best foods on earth.
I can't stand that shit.
No?
Hate it. Anyway, what else?
I really like sweet potatoes. You can do a lot with them. They go with anything. Easy to cook.
Yeah. So really, do you like cooking?
I do.
Yeah.
I love to cook.
Yeah. I think it's healthy in today's age to learn how to cook.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels important.
I just don't have time for it. I mean, for the most part, it's just doesn't fit my lifestyle. It doesn't fit my schedule.
Yeah, I
I
get
mean,
that.
it is healthy, I guess, but like
You're actually a really healthy eater.
I am, but I just don't ever cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So about you, yeah, what you said. So yeah.
Well, so you like
foods.
avocados.
Right.
What times of day do you eat?
I'm a pretty regular eater, so 6:30 in the morning, breakfast every day. Noon I eat lunch, and dinner's 5:30.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
You seem very reliable in
Yeah, I
your
have a pretty
timing.
reliable eating schedule.
What's your favorite meal? Breakfast, or is it lunch?
Definitely breakfast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Breakfast, dinner, brunch.
Brenner.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So just earlier in the day stuff.
Yeah, I like breakfast foods. You can do a lot with them. You can mix a lot of protein in, and it's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff. Works for the whole day.
All right, guys, that was horrible, right?
Bad interview.
That's a bad interview, right? A couple of things that you may have noticed that we did, which you don't want to repeat.
First of all, we asked all closed-ended questions.
Yeah.
Everything, almost everything was yes, no. We just got raw data back.
Yeah. So what we want to try to do, we want to make sure that we're asking very open-ended questions, right? And maybe even specifically, we want to try to ask for stories. We want to ask for very specific times in people's lives where they've maybe interacted with food or what it means to them in that way.
There were also a couple of moments where we actually judged the information that we got. In empathy, this is an opportunity for us just to soak up someone else's experience, not judge it.
Totally. So we're going to try this again. This is going to be now the good demonstration of what an interview might look like. All right, take 2. Hi, Emily?
Yes.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Parker.
Hi, Parker. Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
this is
And
my
I'm
partner,
Anna.
Anna.
Yeah, nice to meet
Thanks
you.
for taking time today.
Of course.
Yeah, we'd love to just ask you a couple of questions, maybe take 2 or 3 minutes of your time.
Sure.
Awesome, awesome. So Anna is going to write some stuff down. So she's just going to capture notes. We're talking to so many people. We just want to make sure that we have all of our notes handy for later when we're trying to unpack all this.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool,
No
awesome.
problem.
So we're trying to understand the role that food plays in people's lives. So I guess the first thing I'd love to ask is, can you tell me about your most recent meal?
Oh, I had. So I went to an event this morning and had catered breakfast. So it was actually pretty good. They had roasted vegetables, which you don't usually see at breakfast.
Oh, interesting.
And I love that because I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, wow.
They had really good quiche and fruit, so I had a pretty balanced breakfast today.
Wow, very cool. So there's a couple things I want to cover. One, the idea of you being a vegetarian, but the other is it almost sounded like it was a surprise to get such a good breakfast.
It was, because usually catering is like pastry, bready thing, and that's it, maybe some fruit.
Yeah.
So having colorful vegetables and really good fruit was a surprise to me, and awesome.
Interesting. So do you attend catered events pretty regularly, it seems?
So my past life, I was an event planner, so I'm really in tune with what catering can be, should be, and sometimes has to be because of cost. So seeing some other options and just having some alternative options is great.
Wow.
And especially being a vegetarian, you usually get the crappy pastry and that's it, or a piece of bread, you know.
So tell me about being a vegetarian. What made you make that decision?
I started primarily as it was a health reason for me, but as I learned more about it, it morphed into really specifically environmental reasons. It's a choice that I stick with, and I still love to talk about because I think it's really important.
Awesome.
Food systems are really fascinating, and not enough people know what they are, where our food comes from. So I'm a big believer in that.
Can I dig into something you just said? You used the term morphed. Like it started as a health reason and then it morphed into an environmental reason. How did that morphing take place?
Just like this conversation is
Oh, yeah?
going, you asked me, oh, you're a vegetarian, that's sort of weird, why?
Mhm.
And as I said it out loud more and more, I thought, okay, my reason's sort of silly. I'm just, limiting myself for maybe to try and eat more fruits and vegetables, but
Right.
I should actually have a reason that I can stand behind.
Yeah.
And turns out it fit really well with my beliefs and was a perfect fit for me.
Huh. So I gotta say that, like, as I see you talking about this, there's a kind of a smile that comes on your face and kind of a shine that, as you talk about vegetarianism. And it sounds like if I had to use a word, I would say like you seem kind of passionate about it. How would you describe?
Definitely passionate. I think
Yeah?
it's a choice that has a lot of stigma. We're seeing that go away a little bit,
Right.
but I like to talk about it in hopefully an accessible way to people. To talk about why I chose it.
Mhm.
That those reasons are pretty reasonable. It's not just because I think no one should eat animals and be really belligerent about being
Right.
a vegetarian. That's not my style.
Right.
And I want to share my reasons and teach people about it.
Awesome. All right, pause. That
better.
was a great interview, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we got to some really good information. So what are some of the things that we did in order to get Emily to talk a little more openly with us?
First of all, we took notes. We introduced ourselves, and then Parker and I tried on roles. So he took the lead role, and I took
Yeah.
the lead note taker role. And we kind of let Emily know that that was going to be the plan.
Totally. We also asked for some specifics, right? So we asked about her most recent meal, and then Anna followed up on this time in her life where she morphed from one place to another, right? So we're just, we kind of have one question to ask in the beginning, and then we just tend to follow up based on wherever our interviewee takes us.
And what I love, at the very end, Parker did something great, and he asked for a named emotion. And that allowed us to really dig into Emily's emotional experience
Yeah.
with food.
It's
That's
huge.
what we're trying to get to.
Totally. Guys, best of luck to you. Can't wait to hear how your interviews go and what kind of great insights you come back with. Chat with you soon.
Good luck.
Thanks.